What's up, Z Gang? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Jara. For those who don't know, but you can just call me ZJ. And for those who are returning, what's up, boo? Welcome back. I missed you. Ow. Before we get to this video, can we just have a moment for my hair? I'd never flat ironed it. I've been natural for 6 years now, you guys, and I flat ironed my hair 3 times. This is the 3rd time I flat ironed my hair. So, can we please get into the straight hair, honey? She is feeling her fantasy. Tomorrow it will be poofed out and not cute anymore. So yes, she did do it. She's recorded 2 videos with this hair. Yes, she did, right back to back, because tomorrow the look will not be here. But let's get into this video, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and hit the post notification so you keep up with all things Just ZJ. Alright, so if you read the title, you know what it is. It's a story time, honey. And she haven't done a story time in a minute. I know. So I had to come and give you some tea, some drama from the movie, which is my life. I'm telling you the story of how me and my dog almost got killed.
You serious?
Warning, this story is a little bit scary. It is a little bit graphic, and I will be including footage, so feel free to skip through. I will let you know when it's coming up. I will warn you. Feel free to skip through or to skip the video, because I want to be honest with you guys. This story is graphic. It is crazy. First of all, if you guys know me, well, you probably don't even know it, but I have a sweet little wonderful little baby boy named Rambo. Rambo, come here. Come here. He's coming, you guys. He's getting up. I have plenty of bloopers of Rambo interrupting me while recording. You'll hear his jingle jangles. All right, this is Rambo. He's the sweetest. So this is Rambo, my sweet baby boy. All right, baby boy, you can go back and lay down. Go ahead. Me and Rambo have a routine. Every morning, bright and early, about between 6:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning, we wake up naturally. Lay in the bed for like 30 minutes, look on social media, get up, I go to the bathroom, and then I take him outside to go to the bathroom, and then we finish our day. That's normally our routine, right? We were actually going, this is when I stayed in Florida, when I lived in Gainesville, when I was out of college. We were actually going to go visit home. We were going to Jacksonville this day to go to my niece's birthday party. It was her birthday. So instead of getting up and doing that normal morning routine, the morning went something like this. We woke up later than the 8 o'clock time. I got up, went to the bathroom, and did my morning routine. Washed my face, brushed my teeth, took a nice little bath, got all oiled up, all glistened up, honey, with the coconut oil and the Jamaican black castor oil and the cocoa butter. Skin was looking melanated and polished. Yes, smelling like cocoa butter and vanilla, like what I imagine every black queen smells like. Hair was popping. Then, because I was going to a birthday party, I was like, ooh, I'm going to a little kid's birthday party, so I don't need to be that extra. So I put on some lashes. The lashes were popping. I put on some little daisy zoots, right? Some little booty cutters, a cute little tank top, and some cute little sandals. Like, we weren't even doing the most. We were coming to be the cute auntie. We were going to be that auntie. Yeah. Fresh and clean, looking good, smelling good, feeling good. And me and Rambo, then I get home. I'm like, you ready? You ready to go? He look at me like, you already know I'm ready to go. I put my man leash on him, and then we go for our walk. We're walking, and we normally do a block. We're walking, and before we could even get halfway around the block, here comes 2 pit bulls running around the corner, off leash. Yeah, the owner is like not far behind, but like not close. So the owner's coming, and I'm always cautious. I'm always nervous. I'm always like, woo, woo. he's like, they're nice, right? He says, they're nice. Before I could say, are you sure? By the time I got "are you" out, the pit bull immediately attacks Rambo and grabs him by the neck. Immediately I go into like crazy survival get off my dog mode, and I like start fighting this pit bull, and this pit bull is trying to kill Rambo. He is literally slinging my dog around like a chew toy. It was one of the most traumatic things ever. And I'm like fighting and fighting and fighting this pit bull, and then this other pit bull is running up too. So then the guy is running. It's crazy. And I'm like fighting. I'm like, get off my dog. I don't have much because one, I'm in my little Daisy Dukes and I had a cute little purse. Nothing. I had nothing to protect us. And so I'm fighting, and this pit, like, I literally go and like grab the pit bull by the mouth and like pry the pit bull's jaws open. It was so crazy. In a matter of seconds, like my whole life flashed before our eyes, and the pit, like, Rambo managed to get loose and he like took off running. But when he took off running, the second pit bull took off running after him, and I got up and took off after the second pit bull. And it was a shorter, smaller pit bull, so when I caught up to it, like, I was running fast, I caught up and I like kicked the pit bull. I like kicked it hard, and he like turned around and ran back. Run, Rambo! Run! Run, Rambo! Run! After that, the dude had grabbed the two dogs and had them back. Rambo was gone, and I looked down and I was covered in blood. Covered. Like, from my hands down, like covered in blood. The outfit was ruined. And so I'm breathing all hard. I'm a little delirious. I'm like, what is going on? I think I didn't even realize I was hurt. I assumed all of this blood that was on me was Rambo's blood. So I'm even scared. So like, I'm running. I'm looking like, Rambo, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I run. He ran to the backyard, like the backyard area of our apartment, and he's like over in the corner, like shaking. And I'm like screaming, crying. And then I realized when I looked down, because when I found him and the guy had the pit bulls, and we weren't like in danger more, I sat down on the ground and I looked down and I'm like crying, and I realized all the blood that's on me is my blood. I called my best friend who at that point I was living with, and I'm like screaming in the neighborhood. I'm like, help! So-and-so! Help! Screaming! And she hears me from the 3rd floor of our townhouse in the bathroom and comes running. She's like, oh my God, babe, what happened? And she sees I'm bleeding. She sees Rambo's bleeding. And I pick Rambo up. I scoop him. I'm like, here, take Rambo. I then immediately find a pen, and I grabbed the pen and I started walking back over to where the guy was, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was about to take this dog out. I was about to take the dog out. At this point, the guy is shoving the dogs in the back of the trunk, and he's about to run away. No, seriously, right, like, you heard what I just said. I'm bleeding down my body. My dog is bleeding, and he is about to stuff his 2 dogs in the back seat and run away. Look, I'm walking up slowly because I'm not running. I'm bleeding. So I walk up slowly, phone out, taking pictures. Because I'm like, first of all, if you think your ass is finna run, I'm not the 1, 2, or 3 to play with, and I'm not finna chase you down. But I definitely will find you. I will definitely find. This was the even crazier part. So then when I finally get up to the dude's face and I look and see who it is, it's a football player from my school. Yeah, so I went to the University of Florida. And if you know anything about Florida, did you know the University of Florida is like, everybody is in love with the Gator Nation, and the football team is the moneymaker for the school. So because of that, the football players are arrogant, misogynistic assholes who think they can get away with murder. And then not only was he a football player, but he was a football player that I had curbed, not once, not twice, But 3 times, I really wish I could put the receipts in here, but I had deleted all of that from a long time ago. But yes, this is a football player that has tried to get with me multiple times and I curved. Wow, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. So I was like, so what's gonna happen? You gonna kill the dog or am I gonna kill the dog? That's all I wanna know. Are you going to put the mutt down or am I going to put the mutt down? Cause y'all just saw Rambo's sweet little beautiful face. He is the sweetest little boy ever. And I had to watch my dog get slung around like a rope, right? So I'm heated. Still bleeding. I'm still bleeding out, though. This is the crazy part. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought he was nice. I thought he was nice. Thought he was nice. He's like, yeah, it's not my dog. It's not your dog? It's not your dog? Why in God's green earth, why in the world would you think it was okay to walk not one dog, but 2 dogs? And not just dogs, but big ass aggressive pit bull around off leash. Why? That aren't even your dogs. So they don't even listen to you. You better call whoever the fuck dog it is, because I'm finna kill his dog. He called old boy on the phone, another football player, of course. And the guy is like, oh no, I'm so sorry. We'll pay for everything. I was like, cool. As long as you pay for my dog's medical bills and you pay for my medical bills, we won't have no problem. I said, but one thing's for sure and 2 things for certain. I won't walk away from this spot till I have some money in my hand. And immediately made him send me $400 on the spot. And I got in my car and my friend took me in my car to the hospital so I could take Rambo to the hospital. That was my first step. Take Rambo to the hospital. I got to the hospital. I dropped him off to the hospital. I'm still bleeding out. Like, I have yet to stop bleeding or to try to stop the bleeding. And they were like, we're going to have to keep him. We're going to have to sedate him. I'm crying. I'm hysterical. It's like, my dog is my kid for real. Like, I don't have kids. And my dog is my kid. And anybody who has a pet can relate. Like, especially if you only have pets and you don't have children. Your pet is your child. I'm like crying, hysterical, like going through it. I get back to the house. My best friend helps me up the stairs. She puts me in the tub. We wash all my wounds. That's when I see how bad it is. And it's bad. Like, my knees are gone. My thumb was completely swelling up. Like, it was like 3 times the size of my regular thumb. Because when we washed my wounds, we realized what injuries I had sustained. The dog, I got bit in the finger because when I went to pry the dog from off a ramp, because the dog wasn't trying to attack me. He was only trying to kill Rambo. I went to pry the dog's mouth open, so I got bit on the thumb, so I got bit. And because of that, because it was some strong ass pit bulls, the pit bull, it was actually dragging me across the concrete.
Mr. Krabs?
Right, so looking back at it, it's kind of funny when you think about 2 pit bulls, my dog, and me getting dragged across the concrete. But because of that, all of my knees were scraped up, my feet were scraped up, and my elbows and stuff were scraped up. And so that's the injuries I saw. When I get back to the hospital to pick up Rambo, he had to go into emergency surgery, like immediately went to emergency surgery. They had to sedate him, and the doctor came back and told me, Miss Wilson, if you would not have jumped in to save your dog, he would not be alive. He had sustained 2 major injuries, 1 4-inch deep bite mark on one side, and then a 2-inch long laceration across the other side, and it had just missed arteries. They had to completely shave his entire neck. They had to sedate him and then go into surgery. And me and him both, we went home to my mom's house. We were both like on bed rest for 2 weeks. Like, he didn't eat, he didn't do anything. He just laid. Really was scared. Like, he had to have stitches. I really didn't think he was gonna make it. But as you can see, he is here today, annoying me and aggravating me and being a Cali dog, honey. Other part of this crazy thing was, after all of this, after he went to the hospital, had surgery, I then went to the hospital to, of course, just to report it, get my tetanus shot, da-da-da-da. I text the guy the next day and say, hey, this is what my medical bill was. This is what my dog's medical bill was. And then his mother calls me. Like, the next day, his mother calls me on the phone. And she's like, hi, yes, I'm so-and-so's mom. So sorry to what happened to you and your dog. And we'll pay for whatever we have to pay for. I just want to make sure that we're not paying for anything more than what we have to pay for. And she's like, can you please send me the bill? I said, I already took a picture of the bill. She said, no, like, that's not the actual bill. I'm like, no, that's the actual bill. That's what they gave me when I left the hospital. She's like, okay, well, when you can send me an actual picture of the bill, from your insurance company, then we'll pay it. Because I work in law enforcement and we're not paying anything more than we have to pay. I'm like, oh, word? Because I'm like, your son's dog just dragged me across the concrete. And my dog is sitting in here doped up, loopy. But okay, mama dearest, since you done hopped in this with your big and bad ass, since you done hopped in this and you want to be a part of the problem, that's fine, because I wasn't even going to go there. But since we want to do that, since you have a background in law enforcement, that's cool. Talk to my lawyer. Because little did she know, the gag is my best friend's dad is a lawyer. Yeah, play with it. Period. So I was like, say less. We don't even have to do it anymore. You can talk to my lawyer, honey. And I went, and my best friend's dad hooked me up with lawyers, and they worked on my case, and we just settled the case. And yes, me and Rambo won. That's why I can talk about it now, because we just settled the case, and we got paid, honey. Period. Pony. I'm not the 1, 2, or 3, honey. I don't know who you thought this was. I get it wasn't your son. It was his friend. But the neglect of your son and his friend and their animals is what ended you up here today. Because honestly and truly, I would have been calling that friend for that money. I told her, I said, either y'all gonna pay me or the University of Florida pay me with that scholarship. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. A little $2,000 vet and hospital bill was the least of your worries. Yeah, now you gonna pay. And guess what they did? They paid. That was the story of how me and Rambo almost got killed. We both survivors, we strong, and now we don't go walking without a golf club. Don't play with us. Now that we live in California, we don't have these problems anymore. It's all sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. But that was one of the most scariest times of my life, and I honestly have a smidge of a fear now of big dogs. I was never afraid of big dogs. I actually used to have big dogs growing up as a kid, and now I definitely have a small fear of big dogs. That was the story time. Crazy, right? Like, crazy. Y'all hear him jingle jangling? Crazy, right? Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the post notification so you keep up with all things Just DJ. And please go follow me on my social media to keep up with my day-to-day life. And we will see you next video. Bye.